All right. So I want to talk about focusing on letting go. I'm stepping away from doing a no contact rule series video for this one, but I'll continue that in a moment because I want the step by steps to be there. But what I'm noticing big time is people are still trying to take actions so that a certain result will happen with relationships, with things in life. The point of letting go, right? And focusing on letting things go is people are trying to get away from pain all the time, right? You actually have to accept your pain first in order to let it go. You have to accept all your faults. You have to accept all that and not run away from them. That's what people do right away. They don't want to feel their pain. They don't want to feel all that stuff that they feel inside. They don't want to feel the hurt. And that's what people always ask me. How do I turn off this pain? How do I turn it off, right? That's what people ask me all the time. How do I stop obsessing over her? How do I stop, right? Your attachments are always going to lead to suffering every single time. Some people are attached to getting validation from their girlfriends all the time. Some people have been doing that for like over a decade or two, depending on how old you are, how long you've been dating for. Some people are obsessed with and attached to they're seeking external things to make them feel happy inside. You have to let go of all of the things that make you act a certain way and feel unworthy or angry or full of grief or apathetic, right? You have to let go of all of those things because look, letting go is accepting and seeing what it is. Basically saying, you know what, I'm just gonna look at it and just understand that I'm not gonna let this bother me anymore. A lot of guys are like, how do I let go? How do I let go? What do I need to do to let go? You have to just literally start focusing on the idea of letting everything. You have to focus on the idea of letting go. First of all, you have to understand that that's the first step. But in order to walk down the road, when you let go of things, when you let go of attachments, when you let go of the emotions and thoughts we have attached to those things, you have to be okay without it. So for example, guys are like, how do I let go of my ex? I'm like, be okay without her. You have to prove to yourself, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, that you're okay without them. And that's when they always come back, isn't it? Isn't it weird how that always happens? And if you want people to come back, right? And that's why I don't really want to say this because everyone's going to be like, okay, I'll let go so she'll come back to me. And that's the entire point. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you a little piece of Letting Go by David Hawkins. That's the name right there. You guys can check it out. So it goes, sometimes we surrender a feeling and we notice that it returns or continues. That is because there is more of it yet to be surrendered. We have stuffed these feelings all of our lives, and there can be a lot of energy pushed down that needs to come up and be acknowledged. When surrender occurs, there is an immediate, lighter, happier feeling, almost like a high. This kind of goes down the path of like why you need to cry. Because when you cry and you let the pain be there, you're like, okay, I feel a little bit better. Now, some people are going to be like, yeah, it still hurts. People are so used to suppressing their feelings and sitting there and letting it fester, right? So letting it go means accepting and surrendering to it. And then at the end, you have to literally be okay. Never, like in my mind, this is what I did. This is what I always do when I go through a breakup, right? So I've been in my relationship for a long time now, so I don't really expect that we're going to break up, especially because I focus so hard on my masculine energy and she's in her feminine, of course. So I focus on that a lot, and I focus on, being as the best catch that I can be, not for her, for me, but it works out for her. What I focus on is when I'm going through a breakup, I want to be happy completely on my own. Okay, that is the first place that my mind goes to. I want to be happy on my own. I don't need a woman. I don't need a partner. I don't need anyone else. That is where you have to start. So you have to sit with yourself and go, I don't need them. I don't need their validation. I don't need their love. I don't need it. You need to love you. And again, as corny as that sounds, what you got to do is you have to love the actions you're taking every day. Start loving. So when you start thinking of yourself better, you have better thoughts of you. You have better, you think of yourself as being worthy of all the things that you have in your life and you currently are, trying to achieve, right? When you start thinking better thoughts, you're going to start feeling better, you're going to start acting better, and those things kind of work all together. So in order for things to change in your life, you have to change your thoughts and you have to change your emotions and how you feel about them. So for example, when I wanted to make a lot of money, right? I figured out, okay, this is how I'm going to do it. Now I need to take the actions that the people before me, the required energy amount, whatever you want to look at it, did, right? I need to do those behaviors. And the challenges associated with them are going to come up. It happens. And then from there, you're like, okay, I just need to take those actions, fulfill on the promises, if it's, say you're doing services or whatever. And then you just keep doing that over and over. And some people are so afraid to get out of their comfort zones to go and grow. Again, you have to come back to the point of accepting. This is where I'm at. This is how I got here. This is what I'm feeling. You have to accept those things and go, okay, I am you're not going to be at peace, so to speak, but you're not resisting it anymore. You're literally taking the punches in the face and you're just going, okay, right? Instead of going, no, you know what I mean? Like, I know it's a bad analogy, but you need to accept it first and then go, okay, I need to be completely free first. That is your focus. If you focus on becoming, I focus on becoming a free man. I do not want to work 9-to-5 jobs, right? That was my focus. I got it in 4 or 5 months because I felt that emotion. And I started uploading videos and started doing blogs. A lot of people lose their passions because they don't need it anymore. When you really want something, the universe will move out of its way for you. It will. God, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to say the universe and God, okay? For people who watch this. I'm a spiritual guy. But whatever you want to call it, it will move out of your way if you prove it, right? Prove it to yourself. If you think of yourself as God or as the universe, not the pretentious way, just you're part of the whole system, then you're going to go, okay, you need to prove it to yourself and go, I really want this. This is why people who put in all of that amount of effort, 70, 80 hours a week in their business and stuff like that, get further faster most of the time. Some people don't, because they're starting to prove to themselves and act worthy and act in the way that the universe is going, hey, I'm not standing in your way. You've proven to me or it or us, and you've proven to yourself that you really want this. And when you do that over and over, you'll get the result. So most people are like, how do I get her back? Instead of focusing on how do I let go of the attachment I have to her? And to do that, you have to be okay without said thing you're attached to, women, money. Do you like Elon Musk? Okay, a lot of people have these strange opinions and thoughts about billionaires, okay? There's one thing you can't take away from any of them. They've provided something big to a lot of people. So Elon Musk, let's use him. He doesn't think about, oh my God, I have all of these billions. First of all, he doesn't have billions sitting in his bank account, first of all. I don't know why people think that. He's worth that because of the amount of value that he brings to the marketplace. Okay, he's thinking about, okay, how do I create the best and most affordable electric car? Whatever the fucking consequences, people want to fucking comment and be like, what about this and what about that? That's again, think about what he's thinking about. What can I do to get to Mars, right? What can I do to build the best electric car? Starlink and all the stuff that he provides. Bezos, okay? How can I have the best online store that everyone can use? And that was his thought before. So he was one of the pioneers to this. So that's what they're thinking. They're not thinking about the money. They obviously want money, but they're thinking about how do I provide the best of? And a lot of people can't connect that because they're seeking money. They're seeking to be better, like rich or better off. But instead, you have to flip it. There's a term that people in the marketing industry use. It's called ATM, audience, trust, money, attention, trust, money. Doesn't matter. ATM, right? And what that means is you have to have an audience or people that want to buy your product. They need to trust you and then they'll pay you. But what people think most of the time is they go, I want money. Money, 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 money. How do I get money? How do I get? when you focus on giving and you focus on how do I solve a problem, money will always come to you every time, especially if you understand how to market it properly. If you really understand how powerful YouTube and Google are, and you go, oh man, I can reach my voice, this video can reach thousands. Every one of my videos gets at least 1,000 people watching it. And I'm small compared to like most other people, you know, a lot of the other bigger YouTubers. I let go of, okay, how am I going to get paid? How much do I get paid? How much money? I focus on letting go of the money, and I focus on giving and providing value to the marketplace, trying to be the best or better than the people around me. And I'm just my authentic self. I'm not pretending to be anybody else. That's where your focus needs to be when it comes to women, guys. I'm trying to put this in a way you will understand. You have to be okay without them. You have to be okay on your own. Do you ever notice, and people around you, you've even probably been through this before, when you actually let go accidentally, because your subconscious mind, the universe, God, is communicating, because when you get over it and you feel, I'm ready to move on from this now, you'll find other girls, right? Or your ex will call you back. It's always when you don't want them. Why is that? Because you've let go. You've let go of the need. You've let go of the attachment. And guys, for example, like 90% of guys out there, high percentage of guys, are always outcome focused instead of process focused. So when you're in a relationship, again, coming back to the business thing, value to the marketplace, when you're in a relationship with a woman, you have to think about, okay, I'm giving my energy, I'm giving to this person, and in turn, you're going to receive from them. Now, the quality of that person depends on the quality you choose. So you have to dictate through your boundaries and your what you want from a person in that person that you're dating. And here's the kicker. You're going to attract what you are. For me, the people that I would want to date in my life, if I was single again, I would want them to be, you know, extremely feminine. I want them to be agreeable. Not just, and I don't want them to agree with everything I say, because some people and women, or some people watch my channel, or women watch my channel, like, you want a woman just to agree with everything you say? Of course not. I just don't want them to disagree with everything I say because they feel like having an argument. You know what I mean? But I want them to be kind. I want them to be able to listen. I want them to be able to self-improve and deal with their problems on their own, not looking for someone else to solve their problems. But if they want my help, I will help them. They don't have a problem asking, right? Stuff like that. And, you know, I'm looking for a person that is caring, that tries, that puts forth effort. How many people do you guys know that don't put in effort? That is something that is fucked up in the dating world today. Effort. Nobody wants to give their heart anymore because they're scared. People are scared, right? Because they don't want to feel pain, so they don't put effort into it. And then they fall in love anyway and get fucking burned anyway. Isn't that funny, right? People are like, oh, we're just vibing. We're vibing right now. Like, you're hanging out, having fun, and hooking up, right? But people are so, afraid to have titles and commitment. And then they're like, where are all the good men? Where are all the good women? Why can't people? And then they'll say, people will say dumb shit like relationships are broken, women are broken, men are broken. You have to, it all starts with you. It starts with you and in here and what you fucking think. And if your thinking is trash, your world and everything you attract to it will be trash. So you need to let go of all your attachments, let go of the attachment to women, let go of the attachment to attachments, right? Some people their existence is defined by their material possessions and the things that they're actually already attached to. It's almost like a weird thing. Let go of your attachment to distractions, to money, to being angry. When you want to get to a really good place in life, it comes down to a couple of really simple things. Giving, helping others. Because the amount of people, Zig Ziglar said this, the amount of people you help, right? If you help people get what they want, you will get what you want. That's what the quote was. If you help people get what they want, you will get what you want. Everyone, in my opinion, can have a small business, a side hustle. Everyone can. If you say you can't, then you can't. If you think you can't, you won't. I think everyone can. You just have to have something you provide. That's the direction that we're going in the society. Okay? Because we're stepping away from we want more personal connections to a name, like this, versus these big nameless box stores and shit like that provide no value. I like Costco though. So look, guys, at the end of the day, let go of your attachments. Let go of your need to be in a relationship. Let go of your need to feel validated. That's heavy. A lot of people have a real fucking need to feel validated. Oh my God, I haven't had somebody tell me that they love me. Or some people think so negatively about themselves. Let go of that. Oh my God, I'm ugly. Oh my God, I'm short. I actually have a student that's like 5'6". And he's like, man, I'm too short. I'm like, if you think you're too short, and relationships are about play. Have fun, right? And most people think that relationships are too serious, and they are, right? People that take them too seriously are going to get just that. If you can banter with a woman, if you can have fun with a woman, you can almost pick on her a little bit. And if she's got a good, if she's got a good sense of humor, right? You're just like fucking around. The energy is something that she can read from you. If you're confident about it, if you don't give a fuck about the outcome of what she's about to say, you just say it and you just be that, energy. Most people are going to think, bro, that was kind of fucking dumb, or that was kind of like goofy. You can be goofy when you're confident about yourself. When you're confident and you're just there to be there, and you just accept the world for what hits you. I'm not afraid to be that way anymore. I used to be. Because I was afraid of people seeing my vulnerabilities. I was afraid of people seeing, oh man, like you can tell, like I haven't been nervous in front of a woman in ages. It's because if this room was full of 10 beautiful women right now, I'm still the same dude. I'd be interested in talking to them and asking them how they are. You can so look, everyone is running around in this world too seriously. You need to come back to the idea of play, have fun, right? So remember when you're back on the playground, right? Now, this is before all the fucking, like a lot of schools got rid of like recess and shit like that. What the fuck? Anyway, when I grew up, I had recess, lunch. Lunch was an hour long. So, you ate and then you went out and played like soccer. I played soccer every day with my boys. And the girls would always come and watch. They always came and watched and sat with us and watched all the boys play. And then, they would go off and do their own thing sometimes, of course. But girls always wanted to come watch. Some of them wanted to play with us. Now, us being boys, we're like, no. Nobody wanted to pick the girls. That's what it was, because we were competitive. And my teacher, I have huge impact on me as a young man, because I have my father, of course, but he was tough on me, my grade 8 teacher, Mr. Kaufman. I'll never forget him. He wasn't like mean. He was just tough. He expected me to be more. I had a charismatic personality even back then. People looked up to me. People wanted to be around me, whatever. I think it was because I was more mature for my age at the time. I went through some traumatic stuff and it aged me faster. Mr. Kaufman pulled me aside and was like, hey, people look up to you. People care about what you say and how, so you can't just say what you want to say. Because I was a bit mean sometimes. And I said, why? I don't understand. Right? He's like, look, because you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to make people around you feel better and stronger about themselves, because you are. And he taught me so many things. And I was in elementary school and I was doing track and field, right? Long jump, sprints, softball throw, all that stuff. He was obviously my coach, right? And he's like, I want you to be hard on yourself because you want to perform better for you. So I would practice longer. He'd be there every day after school. He had a wife and a kid, and he wanted to teach me and guide me. And I never forgot that about him. I wish I could see him today. I want to find him. I know he lives in my town somewhere, maybe. I don't know, really, actually. But I went and visited my school ages ago, and he was there, and I was just, it's something about a man teaching a young boy, right? So the thing about men going from boys to manhood, right? The warrior tests, go out and hunt by yourself and survive. That kind of stuff. I want you guys to think about your growth that way. You're shedding an old belief system. You're shedding an old skin. You're not that person anymore. You desire to be free and you forge your path. That's what I want you guys to start thinking and acting like. And it will happen for you if you desire it to be so. And you can use emotions like anger to go up to the next levels, to go from anger to courage, neutrality. The Hawkins scale is what I'm referring to. You guys can Google it and look it up. It's in this book. So you guys can use that to move up to the next levels and get rid of those emotions. But again, you have to be okay without these attachments. You let go of your attachments and your need for the validation, the need for women, your need for other people, and you're okay on your own. That is when you become the most attractive. People get so attached to their emotions and some people have been depressed for so long they don't know what their life would look like without it. They don't know what their life would look like without anxiety in it. It's almost scary to them to let it all go because they don't know who they're going to be. They're used to it. They're used to the familiarity. They're attached to the familiarity. Right? To get out of that and grow, you have to face yourself. Right? A Linkin Park song called What I've Done. Huge impact on certain things I was going through at the time. You have to face yourself and cross out what you've become. That's one of the lines in the song. It's important for you to understand that you can be whoever you want to be. You might as well make it a positive person, a strong person that can handle whatever. Because if you think you're weak, you will be weak. If you think you need that woman, you'll feel that way. The first exercise is desire, or start striving towards being free and being okay on your own. You're okay on your own. You've been on your own this entire life. You've never needed anyone else. People don't need to feed you. People don't need to give you money. You don't need a woman for that. As soon as you became an adult, to be honest, as soon as you became a teenager, really, you didn't need your parents as much. Yeah, they still need to guide you through your teenage years, but it's more of a molding process. You know, be a better person, right? They don't need to feed you, right? You can actually get a job at a young age and feed yourself and take care of yourself. Do I think that's a good thing? No, I think people do need time to gestate, so to speak, and become a better person and act a better person and develop really good habits at a young age. You don't need people. And that is when you're going to become the most attractive, because what you're seeking is that old familiar love, that old familiar feeling of them taking care of you, making you feel good. And I get it, guys and girls. I get it. You can feel that way completely on your own. Meditate on everything I told you. Read these books, read him, study him, and really start understanding the power of letting go. I don't know why I did this, but I kind of went away from this throughout my latest coaching sessions with people. And I'm going to go back to it because it's very powerful. This is life-changing stuff. Because once you let go, you can like you're blocked, right? When you let go, now you have new things coming in. And you're going to have new ideas, new women, new men for the ladies watching. You're going to have new, interesting people. Regardless, a lot of you guys have been in previous relationships before that ended. And you're like, meh, about those. But because this one's recent, oh my God, she's the love of my life, Kyle. I don't want to ever let her go. I'm like, you thought about that about your previous girl before that, didn't you? Yeah, but and it's just because it's recent. That's a generalization, of course. So I'll see you guys in the next video. If you want coaching, it's down below in the description box. You can go to masculineenergy.net/coaching. If you guys don't want to look in the description box, you can WhatsApp me. We can talk there. You can also phone call me. You can call me on the phone, but you have to set some time up for that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. It's long. Done.